Hey guys, this is Anime Paul Z here, and today we're going to be doing the 7th part of What If Goku Was the Legendary Super Saiyan. Please like the video to help with the video's algorithm and subscribe. It's totally free and you can unsubscribe when you want. I'm sorry for such a delay. I haven't been able to record videos for a good week because I lost the charger for my laptop. However, I found it and now I can record videos again. There's nothing much else I want to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag, disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
Since it would be odd to make Chi-Chi just let Goten go off and train with Whis, I would say that Goten is allowed to go on weekends and holidays. But during school time, he has to stay home and study. Trunks and Goten both have Super Saiyan God, and Super Saiyan God Goten is able to take on the likes of even Goku and Super Saiyan Blue. Gohan is also coming close to learning Super Saiyan Blue, and Piccolo is solitarily mastering his aura of a god form. The future Trunks arc goes on the same until Goku and Vegeta return to Earth from training. Goten and Trunks are actually back on Earth with a mass instructor, and Gohan is away training. The three Saiyans arrive next to Trunks after Whis transports him there, and future Trunks awakes. He runs off his bed and throws a punch right at Goku. This Goku is way stronger and is even able to evade the attack with a simple step to the side. What's wrong? Goku asks in confusion. Goku Black? Goku? Who's Goku Black? Vegeta asks, shocked by the actions displayed by him. After this, he goes into the explanation and the crew decide on what must be done. Goku and Vegeta set off to face Goku Black, and Beerus goes to erase Zamasu with his destruction power. As Goku and Vegeta arrive in the future, they eventually find Goku Black simply flying in the air. Trunks has already healed mine, is a good distance behind the two warriors. I will go first, Kakarot, Vegeta states, walking towards the enemy. Goku just flies back and watches the fight from the sidelines, while Vegeta intimidatingly powers up into his Super Saiyan 3 form. Vegeta shouts loudly in preparation, pumped up for the battle that awaits him. Goku Black transforms and is only able to transform into a Super Saiyan. Of course you'd be able to transform into a Super Saiyan, you're in Goku's body. Let's begin. Goku Black begins to fly to Vegeta but gets overwhelmed by his opponent's ultimate speed. Vegeta lands a punch to his stomach before landing a punch to his face, a knee to the chest and a kick to the stomach. These 4 attacks break apart the false Saiyan and really puts into perspective how far behind he is in terms of strength. They clash again and Vegeta still has the upper hand. Goku Black gets hurled back more than 10 meters and he gets hit by a ki blast, swiveling him around violently. To finish off, Vegeta punches him downwards and double drop kicks him through an entire building. As such building comes tumbling and falling down, he raises his palm and mutters Hyper Big Bang Attack. The ki blast zooms into the building through a broken window and violently explodes. Once the steam and smoke clears, Goku Black reveals himself in an injured state. Vegeta crosses his arms and says, allow me to take this up a notch. His aura turns to a blue hue before his hair shortens and he transforms into a Super Saiyan Blue form. Next, his aura collapses in on itself and he is now in the perfected form of Super Saiyan Blue. He zooms across the sky and punches Goku Black right through another building. He then lands 3 punches before grabbing the back of his head and viciously kneeing him in the nose. Blood is released everywhere, but Vegeta just kicks him and slams him into a broken car that explodes once hit. Vegeta then pulls him out of the building car and hurls him into the air, launching a full power energy wave ahead. Goku Black gets hit by the attack and gets heavily injured, nearly dying in the process. Vegeta slowly walks to a broken down Goku Black who can't even stand on both of his feet. You thought stealing our bodies and using our powers would be that easy? No, Saiyans have the body but you need the mind too, and you lack the instinct of a true Saiyan warrior. As Vegeta approaches him, Goku Black cowers away, trying to stay alive. No, this can't be, he shouts, pleading to survive. No, but it is though, and this rash thought has cost you your life, Vegeta declares, raising a glowing palm. However, Goku Black clenches his fist and screams into the air above him in rage. He can't die now, so he can finish his Zero Immortals project. The simple mortal can do nothing to him now. His hair turns a beautiful rosé colour and his aura copies that same hue. His transformation is complete and he has transformed into a Super Saiyan Rosé form. Ah, that feels amazing. Before Vegeta can even think about what's going on, he gets punched in the stomach and launched across the battlefield with ease. Before he can put his block up, he gets punched into the sky, then hit with several ki blasts from the Divine Saiyan. Vegeta goes swiveling and swerving in the air, then Goku Black slams him down and through another building. Debris and smoke scatters everywhere, leaving Vegeta just enough time to evade the next attack. He flies airborne but then sees another person in the air. This time he's green with white hair. "Hello there, Vegeta," Zamasu says from a distance, closing in on the warrior. Ahead of him, Goku Black is there too. "I need to get up there and fight," Goku shouts, shaking the ground below him with his powering up. His silver aura turns red, then blue, and he transforms into a Super Saiyan Blue form. After this, he stacks on the power of the Legendary Super Saiyan to grant him Super Saiyan Saiyan. Now he is almost 60 times stronger than Vegeta and more than enough to handle Goku Black at the state. He is more than 130 times his canon self too. Goku zooms into the air and kicks Zamasu so hard that his jaw snaps out of place. To follow, he grabs Goku Black by the back of the head and swings him down, following with an Eraser cannon. "Let's do this," Goku shouts powerfully. Both fighters scream and let out as much power as they can, reaching the true limit of their powers. Goku's aura has a lighter hue and is clearly larger than Vegeta's too. However, when Vegeta is powering up, he reaches the next step of the Super Saiyan Blue form. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. We don't know how much stronger this form is than ordinary Super Saiyan Blue, but I'll just say that it's many times more. He was equal to Super Saiyan Blue times 20 Goku, so it's probably a 20 times multiplier, so I'll just use that. It's safe to assume that Goku and Vegeta were very close to, if not equals at the time. Goku Black flies right towards Vegeta but gets knocked back by a swinging kick. The hit launches him back more than 15 meters and they both fall into a power struggle. Vegeta clearly seems to be overpowering him and actually pushing him back. To follow, he lands a ranged jab before landing a swinging kick and an uppercut to the chin. To gain some new distance, he pushes him back with an elbow and a newly powered ki blast. Goku Black falls back with gritted teeth and Vegeta kicks him downwards, pulling back and launching his final flash attack. Goku Black gets hit by the attack and gets engulfed in the blast. His shirt scorches off and he is left with grave injuries. However, once Vegeta closes in on him, he gets stabbed by a pink blade from his palm. He coughs blood from his mouth and his eyes dilate under the fear and pain. Goku Black raises back up and says, "Do you not know your own power, Saiyan? Keep beating me to a pulp and I'll come back stronger and stronger every time." "Well, I have the same ability too," Vegeta shouts, chomping down on a senzu bean. His power also rises and he rips the blade from his chest as they both simultaneously punch each other in the face. They slam back and both receive considerably large bruises. Goku rises and stares Zamasu down with his blank pupils. "Prepare to die like the rest of you puny mortals," Zamasu shouts, raising his fists. "I believe you aren't as strong as the one back there. You don't have the body of a Saiyan." Goku punches him once again and shatters the side of his skull. To follow, he slams down with his heel and swivels Zamasu. He then finishes off with a barrage of attacks that heavily injure the god and he ends up being stabbed by a pole sticking out of a building. He coughs blood and screams in pain but eventually starts laughing under his wheezing breath. "Did you really think you could kill a god?" Zamasu shouts boldly, ripping the pole from his chest and holding his arms up in a godlike position. Goku just slams him through the building situated right behind him and launches several Broly type ki blasts. Zamasu gets very injured from them and falls to a knee from his injuries. However, all Goku can hear is that irritating chuckle. Goku roars wildly and then slams into his body. Zamasu breaks through many floors of the building and eventually caves in on itself. However, he is still able to fight with the feeble strength he still has left. Both of the divine fighters climb through the air and start standing in regal positions above the mortals below them. "We have had fun, however don't think we don't know the extra power that you possess, Goku." Goku Black flies forward slightly and his muscles buff up wildly as he roars down to the two fighters below. His hair brightens out with a light pink hue but then switches to more of a purple hue. His aura matches that same colour and his pupils are nowhere to be seen. "If I follow those naming customs of yours, I shall call this form Super Saiyan Lavender," Goku Black announces, showing off his glistening muscles. Goku shows a clear sign of fear but Vegeta's face is firm. He shall not lose to a false Saiyan. Goku Black races to both fighters and Goku lands an upward kick to his abdomen. The burly warrior barely knocks upward and keeps his creepy smile stretched across his face. As he jerks upwards, he throws down two ki blasts before stabbing into Goku's stomach with a ki sickle. The Saiyan screams in the agony of the weapon impaling his intestines and he is painfully swung around and shook off the blade, slamming into Vegeta. He then goes spinning past him to the ground with a significant injury. Vegeta looks back up to him and then flies ahead with a dead face of determination. Both punches clash and Vegeta is left with far worse injuries. Goku Black then swings ahead and throws two gut strikes to his stomach and leaves Vegeta shocked. Finally, he throws a punch at Vegeta's forearm, snapping it. As his arm drops, he front kicks Vegeta away with a vicious pushing motion. Then he jerks back his glowing palm. Die! Goku Black rains down several key blasts, but Vegeta gets in focus and dodges the blasts that destroy the surroundings. Goku, who is now in simple Super Saiyan, sees the attacks above and can barely dodge them with his hindered speed. Vegeta grabs him out of the way, then zooms upwards, exiting the entire splash zone of the attack. Come back now! Goku Black shouts with a maniacal face. His veins are extremely large and pulsating across his strikingly massive muscles. The cackle he gives off is dark and devilish, imposing fear to the Super Saiyans flying off into the distance. They both arrive at where Future Trunks is and Vegeta falls out of Super Saiyan. Hide your key signature, now, he shouts, looking back to see if the two divine beings are still in sight. We must retreat, we can't beat Goku Black with his new form, Trunks states, looking to see if they are being trapped. The time machine is next to them and Goku alongside Vegeta step in. Trunks and Mai then follow and the group secretly set off to the main timeline. Goku Black notices them in the distance and blasts off to attack them. He swings as he is in arm's reach of the large machine, but in the blink of an eye it's gone. He flips several times as he propels himself forward before staying put in his place. His aura returns to a rose colour and his muscles shrink. He lets out a calm exhale as he returns to his normal form. That is quite taxing, he claims, as Zamasu approaches him. Yes, save it for when they return, they won't survive, Zamasu proclaims, staring off into the distance. Once Goku arrives, he is sent to learn the Mafuba technique. Vegeta and his son Trunks are off to trade in the hyperbolic time chamber for another time. Whis is unable to teach Trunks God Ki for the sake of being neutral in the event, and he is merely there to watch. Vegeta desires to gain enough power in his new form to overpower the warrior, and Trunks is just trying to get as strong as possible so he can't be just fodder. Luckily, Goku is able to supply Trunks with a load of senzu beans that are able to fuel the fighting that the two will be doing. Their Zenkais will help a lot in the process too. Goten and Trunks are just at school and Gohan just hopes that they'll be okay with what's going on right now. The three fighters finish their training and Trunks' hair lengths out again, however due to the senzu beans both fighters have much bigger leaps in strength. Vegeta is now more than 6 times as can himself in strength. This is from Zenkais but also from having a sparring partner. Trunks has become much stronger and can actually overpower his father when he's in his base if he uses Super Saiyan 2. He has access up to Super Saiyan 2 and is much larger physically. Vegeta has actually surpassed Goku in this what if. Goku was only learning the Mafuba so never had time to advance his powers. He did get stronger after the stab wound from Zamasu healed, yes, but Vegeta had many Zenkais. Vegeta has also managed to perfect his form of the evolution form, controlling its drastic stamina drain and mastering his new stamina and speed. The group returns to the future timeline and find Goku heavily injured by an attack from Zamasu. As Goku Black flies down to try and finish him off, Vegeta grabs him and leaps right out of the way. Trunks then blinds him with his solar flare. This gives him enough time to fly off and keep the deity alive. As they try to heal him, they see a blinding light in the distance. The light eventually dies down and one being flies from above the buildings. All the fighters just assume it's Goku Black since Zamasu can barely fight anyway. However, the person looks different. His skin is a sleek green and his hair points up in a pure white. His aura is graceful and doesn't just flail around violently, it flows and shines. I am the one and only god of this universe. I am God Zamasu. So that will conclude the 7th. Goku sees the fight and intends to step up. However, Vegeta walks ahead and turns back to Goku. I surpassed you in that damn chamber. Don't take this away from me, Vegeta demands with a cold, unmotivated tone. It's about time I show you guys a true Saiyan, not a knockoff like you. Zamasu chuckles with his arms wide and says, oh please, I'd much rather be a god than an angry mortal. Vegeta powers up and begins to shake the ground below him. His hair switches to a blue hue, then darkens out as he transcends into his Super Saiyan Blue evolution form. However, his aura collapses and once it does, he lets out a cold sigh. His power feels as if it will explode. It feels unlimited, he announces in surprise. God Zamasu isn't phased and just flies right towards Vegeta. He swings wildly, but the Saiyan swivels under the attack and lands a powerful hit to his stomach. This sends Zamasu sliding back, but he just chuckles after the hit. Vegeta doesn't pay attention to this and lands a punch to his face, swinging up with a kick to the chin. The force knocks him back, but causes a little damage. Vegeta then punches him 3 times on his forearm. Zamasu just kicks Vegeta to the ground and wins him of the attack. He dives down and punches the ground, but Vegeta is just about able to dodge. As the fusion swings out for a punch at Vegeta's face, he parries the hit only to be hooked in the liver. Zamasu then grabs the neck of his shirt, lifting him and slamming him into the ground with scary levels of force. The entire ground breaks apart and leaves Vegeta, who is struggling to stay in his new and improved form. Eventually he backflips away, then prepares to fight again. Don't underestimate me, God. So that will conclude the 7th part of What If Goku Was a Legendary Super Saiyan. Tell me something you liked about the video, or something that I should improve on for the next part in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.